Happening today, Ryan Ruth making his case, making his arguments to defend himself against accusations that he tried to assassinate then presidential candidate Donald Trump at his West Palm Beach golf course.
Jolie Rodriguez joins us now live from the Fort Pierce Federal Courthouse. Jolie, tell us what went down today.
Hey, Stephen, Tiffany, the trial is currently underway on its 11th day as Ryan Ruth is currently trying to make his case as to why he is innocent. We have heard from one of his three witnesses. That first one is Michael McClay, an expert in sniper tactics and firearms. He is a current employee of American Airlines with an extensive background in law enforcement and the military. Ruth questioned McClay for about an hour on his visit to the hideout and the Norinco SKS rifle discovered at the site that McClay was authorized to test fire for operability. During questioning, Ruth asked McClay about observation clarity from the outside of the fence where the rifle was discovered and whether the rifle concealment was adequate, to which McClay answered, quote, "I would not use it." McClay also explained in his testimony that during the test firing of the rifle, it appeared the magazine did not function correctly as the second round did not chamber as he expected. Explaining in his expert opinion it could be due to improper maintenance of the magazine, but affirming it is still a semi-automatic weapon. After more questioning regarding the operability of the rifle and the capability of getting one's target from the hideout spot, Ruth asks McClay to give, or rather guess, a percentage of the success rate one would have had, to which McClay answered, quote, "Given the seriousness of this court case, I will not guess." After more than an hour of questioning, Ruth's last two questions were denied by the judge due to going beyond the witness's expert disclosure. Now, there are still two witnesses expected to take the stand. Those two are character witnesses. Of course, we will be in that courtroom providing you coverage online and on air. For now, in Fort Pierce, Jolie Rodriguez, WPBF 25 News.